Hello student, welcome to the learning class. I am Yogita. Today we are going to learn about terminologies. Definitely in mental health nursing we have to learn lot of terminologies. So we'll start that from A. First is abreaction therapy. Now, this abreaction therapy is a treatment procedure where a repressed, painful emotional experience are voluntarily brought into awareness. So, this is a treatment procedure, so that will help the patient to have a therapeutic effect. This is called abreaction therapy. Next, addiction. Addiction means it is a physical or emotional dependence of individual on any substance or material. That means individual is completely depending on that. Now example I can give you alcohol. So we can see alcohol patients, they are completely depending on that. Early morning when they wake up, they want to drink alcohol. Then only they feel that they are able to stand. So this is what called dependence. This is what called addiction. Next, affect. Affect means it is a short-lived emotional events. Short-lived. Okay, now for example, I can give you an example. You think that you're checking your mobile and you read one message that was a joke. And when you read that, you felt very happy and you started to laugh. Now, this happiness, this laugh will not retain for another 2 to 3 days. Only for that duration you read, you felt happy, that's it. Maybe afterwards your mood may be same. So this is what called affect, where you are living a short duration of that emotion state. This is called affect. Next, agitation. Agitation means it is a severe kind of anxiety along with a motor restlessness. Now here patient feel a much of anxiety. Anxiety means where you're feeling uneasiness, you are anticipating some danger along with the restless some kind of motor activity what you're doing. This is called agitation. Next, apathy. Apathy means it is a complete loss of emotional feelings where you feel detached, you don't find the emotional feelings. This is called apathy. Next, anorexia nervosa. Anorexia nervosa. Now, anorexia nervosa is a eating disorder where person is much concerned about their body weight and body image, and because of that they are taking very less amount of food. Sometimes they, even if they'll set themselves in a calorie limit, they are not much eating at all, as well as they may develop so many other complaints like deteriorated body image because of this unusual eating pattern. This is called anorexia nervosa. Next, akathisia. Akathisia means motor restlessness and inability to sit still. Here, patient is having excessive of motor disturbance and they are not able to sit in one position. Inability to sit still. This is what called akathisia. Next is Alzheimer dementia. Now, it is a condition acquired global impairment of memory, personality, intellectual, but without impairment of consciousness. Here, you can see that person will have a memory impairment, person is having slurred speech, no personal hygiene, like they're not able to sometimes identify the family members, forgetfulness, and unsteady body gait. This is what called Alzheimer dementia. Next condition is amnesia. Amnesia means it's a loss of memory. That means a person is not able to recall what happened before. This is what called amnesia. Now again here we can see two types, anterograde amnesia and retrograde amnesia. Anterograde amnesia means this amnesia is occur like after the episode of precipitating disorder. Retrograde amnesia means the amnesia is occurring before the disorder, precipitating disorder, person can experiencing amnesia. So amnesia again you can see anterograde and retrograde amnesia. Next, agoraphobia. Now, agoraphobia means here person is literally feeling difficulty in a situation where he find escape is difficult. That means when the individual is away from the known familiar settings or from his home, yeah, any known people, he feel excessive of anxiety or fear. This is what called agoraphobia. Like when they are in crowd, or when they meet any strangers, or when all of a sudden they are exposed to some group of strangers, then person is experiencing this excessive kind of fear. This is called agoraphobia. Next, alternative medicine. Now here, alternative medicine is a practice of medicine which is differ from we are giving a traditional medicine. For example, traditionally to treat any disease condition, we are using allopathy medicine. But here, alternative medicine, we are not using allopathy medicine, we are using some other medicines like we can use yoga, naturopathy, aromatherapy, acupuncture, such things what we are using. It is also known as complementary medicine. Next, anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling of individual where they feel uncertainty and feel helplessness by anticipating some dangers. So where they are having excessive fear, they are not able to cope with that or feelings. This is what called anxiety. Next, anxiolytics. This is anti-anxiety drugs. To treat any anxiety disorder, we are giving a medication. That medication is called as anti-anxiety or anxiolytics drugs. Ambivalence. Now, ambivalence is the conflict between two opposite drives. For example, now you think that you're having cold. I'm having cold and I can see ice cream in front of me. Now things running in my mind. I want to eat ice cream. If I eat ice cream, my cold may turn into like fever, cough, all those things. So, want to eat or not to eat? Eat or not to eat? See, two different drives, and I'm having conflict between these two things. That is what called ambivalence. Next, aphasia. Aphasia means individual experiencing inability to speak, inability to communicate through speech, write, or any other language. They're not able to communicate, share their ideas with the form of using any words or any symbol or writing things. This is called aphasia. Next, apraxia. Apraxia means individual find difficulty to do the motor activity in spite of normal motor functioning. Like they'll be having normal motor functioning, good range of motion, but still in spite of having that, they find it difficulty to do their daily activities or normal activities. That is what called apraxia. Automatism. Now, automatism means it is a series of activities which is done by the patient which we don't have a conscious control. For example, we can call it as tics, where involuntary movement of voluntary muscles continuously they are doing simple and complex tics, complex motor behavior we can see, which is really purposeless. Next, person having ovulation. Ovulation means here person is having lack of motivation. Example, I can say here a patient may find it difficult to initiate and complete the task or desired behavior. Otoscopy. Now, otoscopy means it is a duplication of a sensory stimuli. I can say person can see his own body at certain distance. That's what called otoscopy. Synonymously, sometimes it can say out of body experience. For example, now if I am sitting here at certain distance, I can see my own body image. That is what called otoscopy. I hope you understood all these terminologies, and this is a terminology for a day which starts from A. Please go through it, study it, and make sure that you're thorough with all these terminologies. I'll see you in next class with new terminologies. Until then, take care of yourself and keep studying. Thank you.